So today we're going to talk about value, and we're going to do that by using and making Zentangles. And is you look for values. So for example, we see really dark values right here, and then we see lighter values up here, while there's hardly no value there. So you're looking for grays from white to black and all the grays in between. Now this is Zentangle, and it's getting you to look around the image by the use of these curved lines and the patterns that they make. There are many, many different types, and here are just a few of the different ways to fill in the negative space. We don't want a lot of negative space within a Zentangle. So for example, this one here might be used as a border, where this one might be used when you want to have a heavy dark value. Here's how you would start. So what we want to do is take your paper and divide it into sections. So you're going to take your paper and divide it into large and small sections. Start by dividing your base lines out and then start to fill in. Once you have your idea, then you can go and make it more variations, and then you can put it together into a large Zentangle. I want to see all these steps in your final presentation of your Zentangle. So what then we want to do is we want to start by making squares on our paper. And this will be a trial to see how well we can divide the space. So you can start by making some lines, and then we can put in some other lines or shapes to add to them, and then we could divide that up even further by adding more. And this is how the patterns begin. Or you could make a zigzag following the patterns, and then we could divide these up by use of lines, and then we could divide these lines. So you're playing with line today to show you pattern and to show that you can have value. Now if you want a thicker line, you can do that too, which will be dividing the space even more. We don't want any negative space in here. So when you're doing this, you really want to make sure that you have very little negative space. And you're just playing with lines. I want to see a sampling of about 6 to 8 of these little tiny fill-ins. Okay, and then we'll make a bigger one, and in the bigger one you can just decide to start with a line and then fill in the negative space. So you're just going to start by taking that negative space and filling it in. Now you will be doing a lot better because you will not be using your finger to draw with, and therefore you will be able to see better how to fill in your spaces. Now you can fill it in so that you have very little space in there, but we want to see values. So I'm going to adjust the line, hopefully. Okay, well, you want to space out your lines, and you want to make some thick and some thinner lines. Okay, you need some thick and some thin. This stylus is not letting me do thin lines. When we're all done, you will have a very interesting Zentangle. And it's a play of line, shape, direction, and width. So we want to show value, all the scales from dark to light. The closer you put your lines together, the heavier the value is going to be, as you can see here. Okay, now, and you can make your name. You can do your letters of your name for your final piece. You can even add color. You could put it within a space, another shape. So here we're looking at value. So we have medium value, a little lighter value, a darker value, to a light value up in this area on the top of the tail. We even have a lighter value on the bottom of the whale. So you can have a very dark black to a very light black. But you need to remember value, and don't forget to have fun.